All right, folks, welcome to a weekly market recap. This week I lost about 0.80%, which is less than 1%, which is very well managed, very well calculated, and we did not keep on selling blindly. Right now, I want to touch on this very quickly here is to never keep on blindly buying a dump, never blindly keep on selling a pop above, right? Made a tweet on this or like a post about this on Telegram. If you're on my Telegram, you already know about this, but it's very important because let's say you take you take a loss right in a higher time frame, and you become very arrogant in a way or egotistic in a way where you keep on selling it. You think you think that you're the market going your way while you're not the market maker, right? Keep on trying to sell that off, right? Which is the worst they can do. What you want to do is take that loss and reanalyze, right? Take that loss, wait for the market to move, reanalyze the higher time frame, and go on from there, right? Then usually you can have a 95% of the time you're going to be correct in your higher time direction after you take the loss. So you take a loss right after the next trade, usually going to go back to a win, right? Because you reanalyze, now you know the high time direction bias. Now you're higher likely to be more correct. So that's why it's very important for you guys to not blindly keep on buying or selling a pop above down below, because let's say you take that loss, you become very autistic. You think market should be going down lower. You take another trade, take another loss, boom, boom, boom. You constantly take losses without looking at the higher time frame. Like higher time wants to go up higher. Why do you keep on shorting it down, right? Fucking long it up. So in that eyes, that's why I tell you. That's why I preach a lot about not being arrogant, not being very, very not taking a lot of trades. I preach about taking one trade a day. I preach about a lot of things, right? But the most important thing is I preach about position, right? Now, what I mean by position is that your win rate can still be low when you have a very high position, right? But what I mean by it specifically is that your move, your potential trade, your analysis or this specific price point, to me, I told myself this should bounce the market out of here, right? And guess what I did? It bounced the market out of here, right? So in a way where this key level or this trade you're taking must be the one to deliver to the high different target. So you must have a very high position. That's why I preach about taking very less trades, taking only one trade a day or 1, 2 trades a week, like being very patient on your setups, because what could happen is, as I said before, you don't want to keep them blindly buying or selling. You want to have that position. That's why I said be patient and discipline. I literally talked about this in my last video about patient discipline, how to master it. And last thing I like to preach about is stop being arrogant, right? Now, I see a lot of people, especially the broke ones, right? The broke boys or girls, right? You guys like to talk about stop wasting my time, right? I don't got all day, this, that, right? Now, that never happened to me. Nobody ever told me that, but I do see a lot happening with with my own people, with with other people, with online, this, that. Now, first of all, that's very arrogant, right? You first of all, your time, the time you're considering it your time. It's not your time, right? It's Allah Subhanahu wa Taala's time. It's God's time, right? It's not your time. You're just a trustee, right? How there's a trust fund, kids, stuff like that, right? You're the same thing. You're a trustee. You're not. It's not your time, right? You're not. You're not like, if it was your time, you would live forever, right? But it's not your time. So that's, we have limited time, right? So don't think in a way where it's your time. That's very arrogant. That's gonna mess you up in in the akhirah, right? You do not want to risk your dunya for the akhirah. Right? You wanna risk the dunya. You wanna focus on the akhirah rather than dunya, right? Because I'm saying these little things right here matters a lot, because this gets you very arrogant in a bad way. Now, when I said earlier, I said the move you must take must be the one to deliver. That may seem arrogant, but it's arrogant in a good way, right? It's not affecting God, right? It's not affecting in a way where you're arrogant in a bad way, right? There's good arrogance, there's bad arrogance, right? So you want to focus on a good one, whether, this chart, this is candlesticks. So me being arrogant in candlesticks are way less likely to be, it's not as worse as me saying, don't waste my time. I don't have all day, this, that, right? While I see some people, they tell me, don't waste my time while they watch anime. Grown ass man, right? Don't waste my time while they watch cartoons, literally anime's cartoon, while they watch what they play video games, while they watch movies, even females, right? Same thing, right? It's like they tell me, don't waste my time. I got this, I got that. You're watching anime the whole day. You're watching a cartoon. You're watching a movie, playing a video game. You're the one. You're wasting a lot of time, right? Especially one thing I want to catch up on is that people can waste a lot of time on the bad thing, but when it comes to a good thing like praying salah, like praying for literally 5 minutes, people don't do it, right? It's like, oh, I don't got time, I'm busy. Well, you just wasted 6 hours scrolling on your phone, right? 6 hours, like that's people usually waste that much time on a freaking phone, right? 6 hours, and you don't got 5 minutes, or like in a whole day, if you pray all of them, maybe like 30 minutes or 45 minutes. You only got 45 minutes to pray, but you have 6 hours just to scroll, just to watch endless cartoons while being a grown ass man, right? You don't want to do that. You don't want to be a person who watches cartoon or movie, right? Your life is a movie, right? So don't watch. Look, a little advice: don't watch that shit, right? Don't do that shit. You're a grown ass man. You gotta feed, right? And even if you don't feed at the moment, you're working, right? Although your work may not pay you right now, it's gonna pay you in the future, inshallah, right? You'll pay you, you will definitely pay me even more. And right now, I may not get that as much as I'm gonna be in the future, but I do know in the future I'm gonna get paid way more than what I'm doing right now, right? But I do know right now, in order for me to get to that specific price point or specific, income, I have to focus on the knowledge and apply the knowledge, right? Now, that's another thing. With the lessons I talk about here doesn't mean anything if I don't apply it, right? That's why I put down my trading guideline rules. That's why I read it every single day when I wake up. I wake up at 2 a.m. in the morning, 2:20, right? To be exact. Wake up. I literally read my trading guide. That first thing I do is I literally take a shower. Right after that, I read my trading guideline rules, right? That's the first thing I do. Then eventually, it's 2 a.m. or not telling you like around 2:40 a.m. Then I'll pray. Then in the chart by 3 a.m. Right? But you guys know this. You got to apply the knowledge, and simple as that. Don't be arrogant. Right? Don't be arrogant. Even if you know the knowledge, but if you don't apply it, it won't matter. It won't help you in your life. So, although the knowledge, sometimes people get frustrated, be like, yeah, I applied the knowledge, but it didn't help me. It didn't help me in the short term, right? It didn't help you in the short term. And long term, it's gonna help you out because the market repeats, right? So let's get that out of the sidelines and straight away focus on the weekly market recap. This week was a beautiful week. I'm very happy with the lessons. I wrote it down my trading guide rules, and let's go straight into it. So on Monday and Tuesday, I was overall bearish. On Wednesday, I was still bearish, but in a way, I was looking to take a retracement trade, which was a beautiful long on Wednesday, and I didn't take it because I was like, I can't take it because I told myself on my trading guide rules that I cannot take retracement trades. I have to only take trades with a hard time frame. But it was like, I was like, man, the market got to retrace all the way over here before I can take a retrace. Before I can take a move with a longer term. I was like, this retracement trade looks so beautiful, right? If you go to Wednesday, that price action literally looked clear to go up higher, right? It was literally programmed to go up higher because, as you guys know, when you guys are in the market for a very long time, you guys are eventually gonna know how the market makes a top slash bottom by specific market movements, right? In this case, it clearly looked like a market maker buy bottom, right? And also, if you look at it, we all know that when the market tends to make the low, it literally likes to consolidate, do a quick to the soup, and consolidate it again. That basically makes iffy price action quick to the soup, which is a beautiful price action, right? Beautiful price action. And eventually another back to iffy price action. It eventually just skyrockets out of it, right? It just goes away from it, right? So that's a price action that happens, and what I see happening And this is from initially from Romeo. I shout out to him. Shout out to ICT, to the mentor of the mentors, right? So this one right here, I did know myself, but I give credit to him regardless because he made me way more clear. Like to me personally, I was like, I would see this. I would consider this as a buy. I would consider this as a market pick or buy model, but I would get confused. Like, okay, where's the soup gonna happen? Where is it gonna reverse? I did not know about that. Now I do know, right? But we're not like this. Like, you see, beautiful buy, a beautiful. They clearly looked like it was gonna go up higher to me in my eyes, right? My brain, but I was like, and I literally I read my chart and God was like literally like a minute after that. After I look, I was like, and it's gonna literally it's programmed to go up higher. It makes sense to go up higher. There was a higher time frame considering it to go up higher because it was multiple things supporting it. There was a higher time frame monthly SMT. There was a daily CRT, and there was a daily range getting formed. It was like it clearly looks like it should be booming upside, right? I was like, makes sense. Told myself I can't take a retracement trade unless I have the knowledge, right? And eventually now I have the knowledge how to trade retracement. And eventually right after that, I was backtesting the market. I was like, okay, cool. Backtesting. I got a way. I learned the way to trade retracements, which is always going to be when your higher time level gets met, when it's a higher time SMT, and when there is daily ranges, and also sometimes order blocks. But for the order blocks, there got to be something supporting the order blocks, where whether it be a higher time key level gets tapped, or a high time from target gets tapped, or daily range, right? Because otherwise you can't just take a retracement to the key level to the order block because you don't know how deep will go before it retraces, right? So that's why you would need these other criteria in order for you to trade retracements. Now I found this out. By the way, shout out to Victor Rossi on Twitter. That's how I found out to trade retracement because I was looking at his tweets around here, and this one right over here was like, okay, cool. Why did he took a short over here? Why did he took a long over here? Why took another long over here? Why they took another long? I'm pretty sure he took a long today, and why he took another long over here. I questioned it why. Eventually knew, okay, this one clearly makes sense because the heart had a higher time SMT. This one clearly makes sense because the higher time level got tapped. This one clearly makes sense because there's a daily range / order block retracements. Which other this one clearly makes sense because the higher time level got tapped. Right, so it clearly makes sense to go do a retracement. We're going up higher, right? But these are very short term, right? So that's why um I trade retracement in our specific criterias, right? So that was the first lesson out of the week, knowing how to trade retracements. I did not take that trade, and it was a beautiful long. Also, if you go down to the 4-hour time frame, beautiful fake double bottom total soup, right? Now, as for the fake double bottom, we don't really care about the high gets spread. We do care about the ones with the low because we're bullish in this case, right? So the low we had as clear SMT here. I was like, not SMT or a tapped reaction block here, right? So I was like, he looks beautiful. What do you call it? He looked like a beautiful total soup. And as you guys know, when it comes to fake double top, fake double bottom, we don't care about our CRT. We care primarily about this range, right? So we don't care about the CRT. So when it gets priced, we don't care where time it gets priced, whether there's a VAL high, VAL low. All we care about the VAL high, VAL low is going to be primarily the fake double bottom / fake double top. In this case, the fake double bottom had a VAL low. So right when it gets priced, we can look for that, signature entry model, which would be the breaker in a 1 minute time frame. Breaker does sometimes give us a shitty entry. In this case, the breaker did give us a very shitty entry. You have to literally work with it because you don't know if you enter blind over here, you don't know what to enter. You don't know what to put stop loss. You can enter the mod one itself, but I see Romeo entering the breakers, so I'm gonna enter the breakers because he's my mentor, right? And you have to always follow the mentor footsteps for you to be successful, right? Now, if I want like, well, what about the Vitorosi? What about this guy? What about that guys, right? You can follow them if they follow the footsteps of your mentor, which is Romeo again. So if they followed it, you can follow it because he's a mentee of Romeo, right? A mentee, he's a student of Romeo, so you can follow his footstep also. So you could do that, right? But what I was trying to say is that follow the main source, right? Follow the main source. And some of his mentors are very beautiful mentees, like Only City, Vitorosi. Now, Bone, like, why you give me shout out? Where you yourself is a YouTuber, right? This is where I gain the knowledge from, so I'm gonna give the credits, right? I'm not here to be like, yeah, getting myself most of the time. It's sometimes I do getting myself, but why would I do? Why would I go to pay myself? Why have somebody else? Would I have Romeo, either Romeo or his mentees that went through the same trouble as me? Literally, the way I learned how to trade retracement, because last time I took a retracement, I got fucked. I got booty raped, right? Literally, I lost around 2,000, right? I'm supposed to lose around, I'm pretty sure, $750. I lost 2,000 because, bro, that shit just pushed down lower with, I don't know, I think it was during the news, but it just rippled from my stop loss and I lost way more than initially. I didn't even trigger it. I don't think it even triggered my fucking stop loss until it went down all down lower. But it's cool. But I trade retracement. I was like, after that, I got very few trading retracement because of it, right? I was like, damn, I just got fucked. So now I know, okay, how to trade retracement because the way I can trade retracement is through this, that, through that, through that, through that, right? So um, it's very important for that knowledge, right? It's very important for you to seek help rather than you making the same mistake. Because if I were to keep on doing this myself, it would take a very long time. And all I had to do is literally go back to Peter Rossi's retracement trades. He said in one of his tweets, range high to range low. And one guy commented, he said, I just took a trade to the key level. I was like, okay, cool. This retracement trade, retracement trade, retracement trade. I was like, okay, cool. Why is it taking this? Why didn't taking this? Like, I eventually went to that chart myself. I was like, okay, cool. Where he took it, okay, he took a short around here. Why did he took a short around here? Right. I was like, okay, cool. He took a short at the high technical level at what he gets met, at the weekly CNT gets met. I was like, okay, cool. That's a potential way of me shorting. It may not be automatically correct, may not be correct on it, but it seems like to be working out perfectly, right? And I've checked it multiple times, right? Over here. In this case, you check back in time. Weekly CRT low got met, right? So it eventually causes a retracement. Weekly CRT low got met causes retracement, and there's another multiple other ways of retracements, and eventually I had to SMT cause we're done retracements, right? So I was like, okay, cool, beautiful. I know, right? And I know how to trade retracement because he told me it's you need to have knowing when the market's retrace at likely or knowing when the market is likely to retrace slash range is a skill by itself. So I was like, okay, cool. Now I have a skill. Now I'm just being a better trader. Although I didn't capitalize on it because I took a loss. Because the next day I was shorts again because I was like, okay, should be going down lower. Because one more thing is that I was very FOMOing, or not FOMOing in a way. I was very, I not even FOMO, but I was like, I have to take a trade. I haven't taken a trade in 15 days, which is very fucking bad. I should have not 15 days. I didn't take a trade for 23 days. Yep, 23 days. I didn't take a trade. Now my mind was like, I didn't take a trade for 20 fucking 3 days. Let me place a trade. That trade was a long price because I should have because the day beforehand I was like, bro, you should be going longs, right? Next day, that just went away because I was deemed to take a trade, right? Which just fucked up my trade because the day beforehand I did have a setup beautiful as long. They take it, right? And because I was on the market during this, sounds like I'm not gonna take it. I'm not gonna take it because this and that, this and that. I was like, this doesn't fucking matter. I gotta take it. Well, wait, I'm gonna because I literally dissed the trade because of it because I thought I was gonna go down a loss. The memory came in, which is fucking horrendous, right? Which should never have something that happened to you, which will never happen again to me. But that happened to me, right? So now because I was like, okay, cool. Then like right now, I know, like, okay, the reason why I took that loss because I took it the wrong fucking time. I didn't take it when the critique is there. Now this time I could take it because I have the knowledge to know when it's likely to retrace, right? So that's that. And that's what happened on Wednesday and Thursday. I took a short around non-attention and I got fucking slaughtered. I lost around like $800 when I'm supposed to lose 500. So I lost about a lot more. So I'm talking about spreads, right? That's why I hate entering. That's why I hate entering anything outside of total soup because when I enter total soup, when I get a stop loss, it's less likely to make me lose a lot, right? When I'm taking and the is way better for my emotion. It's psychology wise, right? Because when I enter the Model 1, I've already talked about this in my last video. When I enter the Model 1 or the CI as you could call it, right? When it happens like this, to me that looks like a expansion, retracement expansion. So I get fear entering this short. Let's say I enter the total soup. I'm like, to me, my mind wise, I'm like, and I may still feel like, okay, it's gonna be all of his retracement, right? Because this one right here, it retraced me for going up high, right? Because there was a short on the fair value of old high, but it will regardlessly favor my boss was wrong, right? Because I had my boss wrong. And after that day, I knew my boss was wrong. I'm gonna talk about that, right? But you can see, if I'm taking a trade like this, now my mind doesn't know whether will it be a retracement or reversal. But if I'm taking a trade like this, my mind will be like, okay, it's probably gonna be it's probably a retracement, probably gonna go up higher. But in this case, my mind doesn't know whether it can be a reversal or a retracement, right? So my mind doesn't know about that. So me taking this trade is less likely to give me emotional than taking this trade, because if this trade goes back down lower here, eventually just plays around here, my near my entry, me that looks like, okay, it's probably going to be a retracement, but I'm going to go up higher and stop me out, right? But then when I take it this, I don't know whether it's going to be a retracement or reversal. So my mind is neutral, more leaning in towards the reversal sign, right? So my mind thinks about thinking about it's going to be a reversal. So because it's going to be a clear push down, right? Like here, clear push down. Okay, clear push down on that key level, which I'm going to show you guys right now. So I'm no longer going to take the Model 1 entries. Now, this video, no one does not get any views, right? This video barely gets views, but this video is the most important video, which is the video where I study the most, where I get the most knowledge, because the this video is boring overall, because nobody likes the hard work, right? But it is what it is. I don't give a fuck. It helps me benefit some of you guys who are potentially listening, or who are potentially actually traders who listen to this video. And if you're watching until this, like right now, congrats, you're just gonna constantly learn. I'm proud of you. This knowledge, you can see, it does make sense in a way, right? Which it should definitely make sense because logic. But let me show you guys what I mean. So from now on forward, before we go forward, I'm no longer gonna trade multiple ones. I'm primarily gonna trade turtle soup. So whether it be a fake double bottom soup, fake double top soup, there drives, failure swing, I don't trade failure swings, right? I don't know how the fuck it works. This was considered failure swing. I don't trade it, right? I don't know how to trade it. I'm not gonna bother, right? Nobody doesn't get it. So I'm either gonna trade turtle soup entry models, right? Whether it be say before, fake the top, fake the bottom, third drives, or the coral fair value of old high, says fair value blown low, or I'm gonna trade. And the other trade I'm gonna take is, that's the only trade I'm gonna take, right? The fair value of old high, fair value of old low, or order block above old high, or order block below old low. That's the only thing I'm gonna take. And so only total sub entry model. I'm not gonna take no more. What? I'm no longer gonna take any more what? I'm no longer gonna take any more number ones. So either be original block entry or whatever. I'm not gonna take them. Probably gonna take total sub entry models, because I said before, that's the logic why I don't take it, because mine doesn't know whether it's gonna be retracement, so that's reversal, so it's neutral, so less emotional, right? So, cause this one I did feel some sort of emotions, like, bro, it looks like fucking expansion, retracement, expansion, right? Like, I talked about this on the fucking on my bootcamp, on my CRT bootcamp, right? Yeah, what was it? ETU CRT bootcamp, which ETU is gonna open back up very longer term, right? So it's still alive, by the way. I'm sorry for banning everybody there, which is around, I think, 215 people that I banned, but all we gotta care about is that we're gonna come back. Okay, so but the knowledge right here is very much more important. The knowledge right here I'm talking about is what you need to be successful. Right now, it may not get you successful right now. It may not get you successful right now, but in the longer term, I do fucking know this will work out. Right, I will fucking make it work out. Right, this regardless, of the late nights, early mornings, whatever. Right, today I woke up 2 a.m. I haven't slept yet. I did take a little nap, which was like, I'm not gonna lie to you, because I don't like lying. I hate liars, right? I get pissed off at my own people, like my own brothers or my sisters or my mom. I don't get mad at my mom very awfully, but I do get, because my mind instantly gets pissed off for people, from people lying, right? So when I lie, I get pissed off, right? So that's why I tell you guys the truth. So if I don't tell you guys the truth, my mind I get pissed off, right? I don't have to be pissed off, because if I'm lying, and somebody else, and if I don't like somebody else lying to me and I'm lying, that's fucking weird, right? So I don't lie, and I don't like to lie also. it hurts my feelings, right? I'm like, fuck, I'm doing something wrong, right? I'm not being righteous. So that's that. And that's why I told you can see beautiful fair value gap above high total soup, right? Pure reaction away from it, right? That's why I said it's much better for me to trade it than trading a model one, right? It looks like a retracement and expansion. And this one looks like clear. I don't even know if it's I don't even, at that time I wouldn't know whether it be a expand. I didn't know whether it be a retracement or reversal. Right? So my mind's very neutral. Psychology plays a big role, right? If you didn't know, right, in the market. But that's that on the Wednesday. So lesson of Wednesday is going to be primarily I'm no longer going to trade model ones, primarily total soup, whether it be as a 74, fake double top, fake double bottoms, third drives. What's the next one? Next one would be fair value both high or below an old low, order block both high or below an old low, or when they're paired. Right, those are the only entry models I can take. I'm going to look into the fake. I'm going to look into Taylor swings, but those entry models or I don't like him. Just it's weird for me at the moment because I never understand them. I can't understand the fucking failure swing, right? I do know the concept made primarily on it, but I don't know whether how deep will they go to do that fucking failure swing. So I I will learn it. I will learn it. But it just at that moment it doesn't really make sense to me. So I'll see in the future, inshallah, and may Allah give me the best entry models. I mean, may Allah give me the best entry models. I mean, right? So yeah, that's the next lesson. The next lesson on Wednesday, as I said, my boss was wrong. Right? He looked like on Wednesday, not Wednesday, on Thursday. I mean, on Wednesday, it looked like it was long. So I was fucking wrong in the higher time frame because it's supposed to be retracement straight to the upside. So I was wrong, right? Since I was wrong, I have to go back down to the lower time frame. I have to go back to the up time frame and take my bias. I can't keep on blind shorting because what I did talk. Well, that's one thing. One thing I did talk about. I was thinking about shorting this. So after I took this, I was like, okay, I should short this, this variable high because my rules, my idea is still kind of valid and because a lot of stuttering, right? Because my mind, I thought I was like, Hiroshi said, I'm glad to take a trade if it's still valid. I'm gonna trade if I take a loss, initial loss. But as you guys know, we are traders who focus on precision a lot, and also it's stupid for me to take two trades in a day because it's after taking first initial loss, you're stupid taking a trade right in a day. It's regardless if you guys win or not, it's stupid for you because now that's gonna be based on emotion, which you don't want to do, right? So I was like, okay, right after that, I literally took a nap. I was like, bro, I'm done. Right, I'm not gonna take a trade. I literally had a dream about trading. I was like, I woke up, I was literally in my mind, I was doing a market forecast, not a forecast or a market breakdown on my sleep. I was talking about it eventually because I was before I took the nap, my mom would go over the trade constantly like, okay, what did I do wrong? Should I retook on the trade? Okay, will it be reversal? Okay, let me see what the market is over long term. And I visualize the market going down, visualize the market going up. Essentially, I primarily visualize the market going down. So like, okay, I'm correct, but just too prematurely. So I shouldn't be taking the model once because this, that, right? I should be focusing on the high percent trades. That's what I literally told myself right before taking a nap. So my mind was like, okay, cool. He visualized scenarios. How could I fix this problem? And eventually got my answer after the market made move. So yeah, that's the lesson, right? Now the next lesson of Thursday is going to be daily ranges can form right after another because market goes like this, right? Market goes up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, right? So daily range here, daily range here, daily range here, right? So you can form right after another. So after the range is formed, regardless of the market is, it can form another one. So don't think in a way where okay, dealers get formed on this because what I thought to me personally, I talked about a dealer range on Saturday, like last Sunday. I mean, I talked about this dealer range. I thought I was like, okay, this is not dealer range because I made an excuse that this dealer range already used on DXY, so it's not gonna be another one. But stupid, right? Because dealers could be formed right after one. Dealers can form right after another one, and the same dealers can be reused, right? So it was kind of stupid. And eventually, we make silly decisions, and it happens, right? But yeah, that's all. So that's the next lesson. Dealers can form right after another. And thirdly is that I can take retracement trade, which I already talked about, and that's the lesson of Thursday. Right after Thursday, I had my right high time bias because we took the high to the low, stable high, stable low, premium discount. So I'm looking for the market to retrace back to the premium before going down lower at the equilibrium. Eventually, let's see a weekly CRT over there supporting it. Also, I was like, okay, cool. There's a weekly CRT supporting this Pacific scenario. I was like, okay, cool. You could definitely go up high and go down lower. But yeah, now the stealing range stealing range primarily looks like it's on the area chart, right? Because in EU, stood at a low, stood at a high, stable low, stable high. So in EU, it doesn't really look like it's a daily range here, but on the dollar, it definitely does. So dollar could tap it, go up, down, lower without EU doing that, right? So that's when we could potentially anticipate some sort of SMT to be there. But that's that. Um, yeah, that's the next lesson. Days gonna form right after another. So I put that rule down also. But other than that, as I said on the Thursday trade on the lower time frame, it's trying to take 2 trades a day, which is horrendously bad. You should never do that. I was like, no. The next lesson is either it's gonna be right after this one. Gonna be only taking 1 trade. The trade I take should be very high precise with high accuracy, and my move should be the one to move it. Right? If my move doesn't move it, then I'm wrong, fucking wrong. So yeah, that's the overall lesson. I'm gonna take model ones, and I'll tell you guys why. And also, there's a bigger reason to it. Also, another bigger reason would be that the confidence level. And there was a bigger reason in my mind that the model one can get resouped, right? As you guys know, model one can constantly get resouped until the real soup happens, right? If you enter, there's a quote that goes like this: if you enter before the total soup, that's a skill issue. So that's why the model one can constantly get resouped, right? So that's why my main focus is taking only total soup trades, because I can prevent that shitty fucking mistake from happening. So I can prevent that mistake where I take two where I constantly enter the wrong model one, right? So and we take the right trade, which is gonna be the total soup trade, right? So as you guys know, if you enter before a total soup, it's skill issue. So that's why you have to literally wait for a total soup to occur, whether it be a turret drive, field swing, fade out top, fade out bottom, fair black above high, fair black below low, or all black above high, or auto block above high, or below the low, whatever it can be. You need to take the total soup, right? You cannot take the model one because model one can resup, right? That's the lesson of Thursday. Now, lesson on Friday. Today on the London in New York session, I did not have any setup because it was a clear New York OTE and the market never pulled back until like literally right now. So there was literally no pullback. So I was like, okay, cool. There's no pullback on the USD around 9 a.m. I was like, man, market's not gonna pull back at all. It's not even look like it's gonna pull back. Now on London session, because I was up on London session also. London session, I was looking for a long here, and as I said, I didn't talk about this yet. But on the session, I did mark out this Fervaga below and old low. I was like, okay, cool. If one is low gets pressed, then I'm going to enter this Fervaga gap. I was like, bro, there's no way this is gonna retrace back down to the Fervaga gap and go up higher, right? It was way too low. Secondly, we're in a weekly profile, mid-week reversal. Wednesday low of the week. That means Friday is highlighted to continue. Also, didn't make sense. But eventually, I was like, cool. I'm gonna take a trade because market's nowhere near my total model, and we had a model one, but the model one literally it did work out. But as I said before, there's usually high chance of it not working out, right? If you enter this model one over here, it would have fucked you up a little bit because market came right back down. Literally did the same price point total soup, left off a SMT on the quality asset, which is DXY. Now, what I did notice on the dollar on the London session, that there was a fake double bottom total soup on the hourly time frame, right? Fake double bottom total soup on the hourly time frame. There was SMT with it with the quality asset, which was the DXY. So there was a fake double bottom SMT, right? Total soup. So I was like, okay, cool. I was like, I'm right now wondering like how can I capitalize on this move, because I actually missed a beautiful push to the upside. I was like, how can I potentially capitalize on this, because I literally missed it, right? I missed a move. How can I capitalize on it? So now looking back into it, I was like, I may consider from now moving on forward, because I do see a new city on Twitter talking about the best total soup entries happen around the hourly time frame, right? Hourly time, 4 hour time frame, right? That's when the best total soup setups happen, right? If it's a 15-minute time frame, usually can get ran through, right? If it's a 15-minute time frame, it ran through. So that's why hourly time frame are the best time frame for total soups. So it clearly looked like a fake double bottom to the soup, right? It was nothing else but the fake double bottom. So I mean, I gotta consider this because I'm missing too much fucking moves here, right? Like I literally today I went to the khutbah of Juma, right? Because I'm Muslim, shout out to y'all. If you're not a Muslim, Allah guide you. But today I was in the khutbah. I was literally after the salah, I was just making dua. I was like, Ya Rab, help me not miss the setups, right? Ya Rab, help me capitalize on the moves. Ya Rab, help me capitalize on my predictions. So if I make a prediction, help me capitalize on it, not stay in a silence. Because I stood a silence today, and I missed a big, beautiful move, right? And eventually, yes, the session did not follow my rule, but lunch session looked like a clear, beautiful move here, right? So my eyes, I was like, I should have definitely capitalized on it, right? But I didn't, and that's why I made a dua, right? So I can capitalize on it. So now, in order for my dua to get accepted, I have to get back in a chart and study. Okay, what time frame does total soup usually occur in? And it's usually the hourly time frame. I will, if you're in my Telegram, I will post about it right now, right after this video, about the best time frame for total soups. Now, because like I'm missing too many setups, right? I need to catch these moves. I need to catch my predictions, right? Because this looked a clear, beautiful fake double bottom total soup, right? Heavy hourly or 4 hour total soup entry model, then eventually enter the 5 minute or 15 minute, depending on the market, alignment, time from alignment. But it looked like it clearly looked like a beautiful long here. You could see we had a soup SMT. If we go down to lower time frame, since we had SMT, because SMT can also happen, all we're looking for is whenever the SMT happens, which happened around 3:50 p.m., 3:50 a.m. We're looking for that good old 1 minute breaker, which happened right over here, which you could have entered. You could have put your stop loss. Since the big ass fucking breaker, you could have put your stop loss like right on this first candle right over here and go on from there to the upside, which would reward you with some RR. But that's that. I mean, I can't say much. I do know because market right now is pulling back. You see market's pulling back right now. I don't know if this low will get souped out or not. I do not want to see it get pulled back, but I do want to see a deep pullback. Actually, the kilo will go up higher, but I did not want to see this low getting souped out. If he does get souped out, then I would have to see, okay, what time frame this. But what I'm seeing right now, high likely this low is not going to get souped again unless until you're gonna get souped out in the future, but not anytime soon. I don't know if it will get souped out or not, but it looks like probably not. Right. So yeah, that's another quick little lesson. Now, what I go for an hourly fade out top fade out bottom to a 1 minute, because you enter 1 minute total soups on the fade out top fade out bottom, right? You don't wait for the 5 minute from an hourly fade out top, because that's way too a higher time frame, and as that trade on the Pacific time frame is way too long, and you're gonna miss a setup because you have to wait for this specific bag or just about to get tapped. So for the fade out top, fade out bottom, usually always go to 1 minute time frame. For the third drive, usually always go back to the 1 minute time frame to execute the setup. But yeah, that's a quick little lesson. Beautiful lesson also on Friday, and New York session never had a setup because market never pulled back on the deep OT because it's supposed to do that. And I was like, okay, if I'm going to look for Alice CRT, my first pullback must do it. So like, okay, I'm automatically done because the first pullback is not gonna do it because there's clearly a New York OTE, right? So yeah, but it's a beautiful lesson on London session, right, on this day, which I want to study very deeply because London session looks very beautiful. There's a beautiful lesson that could come out of the London session because I'm missing these fucking moves. I'm missing my predictions, right? Which is not good. I want to capitalize, right? I mean, in a silence. Sometimes, like literally, the reason I took this loss because I waited for fucking 23 days, right? Just took a loss. Now it didn't affect me at all, but waiting 23 days to take a loss and taking the wrong fucking trade is it hurts me. It hurts you a little bit, right? So that's why um happening on other moves like this matters a lot. So yeah, big lesson from this week. I'm gonna go and consider having a hourly entry criteria on the long session, possibly, because long session does look like usually give me that hourly total of entry models, right? But I'll have to see, because these look like beautiful. These like literally look undeniably, shouldn't be, missing this out, because it looks beautiful, right? And we're missing out on the moves. So yeah, that's a big beautiful lesson. I will learn from this. I'll never make the same mistake again. I will never ever make the same mistake again. And I will learn, and I'll capitalize on all my predictions. I'll capitalize on all my market forecast, on all my power temperature and liquidity. I will always try to capitalize it on my past capabilities. Now, my set is going to be based on, right now I'm going to go and study the best time frame to enter total soups, right? What I mean by total soup, best time frame to look for that, fade double top, fade double bottom, or all of these fairly swings, and this third drives time frame. And I did see that it would be on the hourly time frame, based on in your city perspective, and it actually does make sense, because usually I do see it happen in the hourly time frame. The hourly time frame is very well clear total soups. A clear well total soup usually happens in the hourly time frame, right? Now it can also happen in a 4 hour time frame, but usually London session, and what I see, because 21 o'clock candle in the 17 o'clock candle, or fucking candles that we don't really care about. We care about the 1 a.m. candle, specifically around 3 a.m. So on that 3 a.m. candle, we care about that, the hourly time frame plays a big role, right? Because the 4 a.m. the candle is already playing a big role, right? It's already moved. By the time it's 3 a.m., it can already move by 2 hours. So the hourly time frame does play a big role. So yeah, I'm gonna go do my studies. But yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share. As you guys know, we're here to constantly learn and improve. There's no sad feeling if you miss this move or not. As you guys know, even if we miss the move, even if we didn't happens on the move, even if we lose or win, we shouldn't care. Right? Bullseyes, bull eyes, bull's eyes are worth wait. And thank you for watching. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share. Show in the Telegram, listen down below, and I'll see you guys inside the Telegram. Make sure you guys follow my IG and TikTok. Peace out. Link in the description down below. Peace.